What it do, la gang? What it do, la gang? Can we all say happy Monday? I hope everybody out there is doing good, great, blessed, staying productive. I'm doing good, great, blessed, staying productive. Before jumping into today's reaction video, just in case you did not catch my last upload, there's the thumbnail. Y'all go over and check it out. Before jumping into today's video, y'all, just want to say I actually recorded yesterday, y'all, which was Sunday. What it do? La gang. Can we all say happy Sunday? Okay. I mean, y'all got it's popping out on a Sunday like pop goes the Weezer. What it do, la gang? Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope everybody's doing good and great on this Sunday. I normally don't post on a Sunday, but hey, okay, I feel like I need to come, okay, to the forefront ASAP. Okay, did the video meet y'all? Nope, not yet. So today I am planning to give y'all a double upload. Okay, you probably say, "It's Lala don't record reactions on Sunday." I sure don't, but watching the live, okay, basically with her being a full crash out, okay, again, because this little infant can't have her way, better yet, should I say toddler, couldn't have her way on the TikTok streets, which means my kids want pizza. Somebody is supposed to send me something. I have the coins, but I only have enough money to buy one box when we actually need two. I don't know if they actually think I'm just doing this or however the case may be, but nobody sent us anything, so I might as well start cooking the beans, white rice, and ground beef. I would have been prepping and cooking shit and just wait for the ding somewhere in there. But she was actually waiting on somebody to send her something so she could do whatever she was trying to do. So instead of that, she just jumped over to the YouTube streets to do what? Crash the fuck out. I mean, did y'all see her spill the pot over? Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. So anyways, y'all, I basically want to touch that because, you know, now she wants to, you know, use government shutdown for all her situations. Then that's where you say, oh, you can't make that your excuse. Because I remember when you was parking, okay, in a parking lot, you said that you was actually prepared. You said that y'all had food, but listening within that live, you said y'all are starving like dogs, basically saying y'all don't have food. And as I said in my reaction video that y'all will be receiving today, you are the blame. You are the blame of anything that occurs with your children, okay? With them being in whatever type of situation, you are the cause. You are the cause because I come on and I scream independent, okay? And then that's where you say at the end of the day, you need to drop the I and fucking drop the N, okay? Because that is not who you are and what you give, especially when it comes to your kids. So anyways, y'all, if you are new here, you are wondering who I'm talking about. Basically, I'm talking about the breeder and her shenanigans and the things that she tries to pull and drag on all social media streets. I keep saying I need to go to TikTok, okay? Maybe I need to make that happen. Because I need the word out to fuck this whore, okay? Everything that this whole give, the manipulation is so real. So my first thing I jumped to is TikTok because she feel like she could still manipulate those people as she did before, okay? And as I say, everything has an end day. But the breeder is doing the most, okay? She posted a little video yesterday, okay, talking about, I guess she meant to say selfish, okay, but she said selfie. So that whole video was to put on this front, okay, that's what I call it, that's what I see, and that's what I, okay, come on and present to everybody else. It's fake, it's phony, it's yeah, Okay, it's the word on the streets, and the things that they are saying about me is that I am selfish. Maybe with me being selfish and looking like I'm selfish, it's intervening, okay, with the cash apps and with me receiving everything. So I'm gonna go to Wendy's, okay, and I'm gonna play like I shared all my fries with my kids, and oh, come, you want some of this chocolate frosty? Oh, you want some of this vanilla frosty? And bitch, I'm sitting in the background and saying, yeah, ho, play the game, ho, play the game. Nobody gonna fall for it. You know what? Coming real strong to call you out on it. Okay? Everything you serve is fake. Bitch, this ain't real. You just said Aisha don't eat Frosties. He was just like his daddy. He didn't have a Frosty because he don't eat it. But then in this video, Aisha was eating on a Frosty and you taking one scoop out your large ass cup to actually give the kids. Like, I share and I care with them. It's one thing always about somebody that is neglectful and that is actually a fucking abuser. Okay? They gonna always try to show face and show up like and smooth it over like I'm not doing what they saying. It's like this. No, ho, you fake as fuck. Because then it's where you say when you come on and you present the live and you crash out on Isaiah just because he's talking about the food and the pizza. And now they doing the most and they don't appreciate. Bitch, this is you on the everyday basis. When we see you run to Wendy's and you snuck out that house and you running to Popeyes and trying to hurry up and devour that big ass chicken before you make it back to the house, this is you, who. This is you. So then you say, cut the chase, okay? Cut the playing around, who. Stop trying to upload a video to try to smooth things over, because then there's where you say, that's the louder. Everybody should keep talking, because then there's where you say, you are proving your actions. You are proving everything that everybody's saying. Selfie? We know you selfish, ho. I mean, anyways, y'all, with all that being said, let's jump right on into today's reaction video. Right, so on today's reaction video, I will be talking about the video titled, I'm Not Here to Be Judged About Our Lifestyle, speaking up on real life situations, okay? In this video, I want to catch because basically she was talking about DSS. Y'all heard me bring that up, just a few pieces of that, but I'm going to jump right on in. I also caught where she was telling the people if DSS ever offer, or you just going to DSS for them to actually, you actually going to DSS for them to actually provide, okay, and help you out. Don't do it, okay? The reason why she's saying don't do it, because then that's where you say, you know, people get tired of giving. People get tired of helping. And the more they help, they start to actually recognize your actions of who you are. And I think as long as DSS has been in her life, they are starting to know and find out that she is not equipped to take care of these kids at all. Okay, so it's like, you either gonna get your shit up and do what you gotta do, or we gonna have to do our part and do what we gotta do, because this is going on too long, okay? And she's strong about not providing for her children. That is the sad part. So anyways, y'all, let's jump right on in.
Please welcome back to the channel, y'all. I was just out, y'all, just doing a little something. I said I'm gonna go and cruise the city for a little bit, just ride out, give the baby some fresh air. I have to let them breathe.
Somebody asked the breeder, why is she not working? Okay, what came between her and her job of why is she not working? And she got all these kids. Okay, I can see if you had one or two and, you know, you just down a little bit, or, you know, the job didn't work out for you, however the case may be. Why is it that you are not working when you have, what would I say, 8 mouths to feed, okay? What's your excuse for that? And I also want to know this providing. Why is it that everybody got to provide and you feel like you don't have to be included within the equation of providing for your kids? Anything that gets shut off or somebody takes something away from you, you feel like they are doing you wrong, and you try to put the kids in the mix so the people can actually feel sorry for them. But then you say at the end of the day, you have to hold your title and do your job. You know, Big Bird played a role on fucking Sesame Street to the fullest. So if you're going to be Big Bird out here, one thing about it, you need to play your role. Hey Bookies, hey y'all, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? I was just out, you know, Who are you, ho? Who are you? Okay. So she's out. She's saying she got to give the kids some fresh air. Okay. Look like she have Sai and I guess Lena with her. Oh, you decided to pull them out, giving them fresh air. All of a sudden, you thought about fresh air? I mean, why? Okay. Do you hear it's la la loud ass mouth ringing in your head? Talking about taking the kids out for fresh air. All right, ho. All right, so she's already jumping in. Basically, you know what I'm saying? She want to say, she want to vent, however the case may be. So she jumping on her platform to actually vent, okay? She say as being a content creator, she has a lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of discrimination, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, trolls, a lot of garbage, okay?
All right, y'all. So let's start it off like this right here. All right, you know, my life is crazy, you know, being a content creator. You already know if you're a content creator, you will have a lot of discrimination, a lot of stuff going on, such as the trolls be trolling. Anyways, make a long story short, I have been dealing with anxiety lately. I have been dealing with not depressed. I'm not depressed. It's just my anxiety just be rising on certain things, certain situations in my life. And I also put on Instagram today, this morning, after my little meeting with this lady. I said, how I put it, I said, don't judge. I said something about don't judge someone else's life or something like that. I said, I can't remember what I said, but I remember it had something to do with life. You can't sit here and judge a person by what you see or what you hear. I am one of the persons on TikTok that went viral back here in 2020, and I explained my situation to a lot of people.
You are what you put out, okay? I say that to a lot of people. You are what you put out, and you receive that same exact shit that you put out, okay? I say that as well, okay? At the end of the day, you have the trolls. You deserve the trolls. You deserve everything that you are receiving, because the things that take place with your kids. When you decide to open the camera up or come on and say, oh, I forgot I was live. I didn't even know that the live was on. But we are hearing you actually crash out on an 8-year-old that ain't doing shit but trying to hold conversation, telling you could have fixed a pumpkin pie, telling you about the pizza, beans, and rice it's going to actually taste. And you crash out on them. You crash out on them. You cuss them out. You holler at them. You treat them crazy. This is who you are. So in return, know it or not, all the things that you receive off of social media, you're getting a taste and getting fed everything that you are feeding your kids. And then sometimes you sit and you wonder, like, why? Ask yourself, why did I come on here and do a video, okay, talking about me not being selfish, okay? When the truth starts to, it make you do some crazy, strange things. Because then that's where you say, you know the truth that is actually taking place. I continue to say that, but yeah. So, how long this whole been having anxiety? Now she is dealing with anxiety, okay? I'm not depressed. I've been dealing with anxiety. You got the sneeze over there in full depression, okay? Because that's what it is. And you supposed to be dealing with anxiety, okay? This is the first time me hearing this whole time say anything about anxiety. Then I go back to say, are you only using anxiety is because when you went in Family Dollar to buy that 1 pack of noodle, okay, and you asked the cashier, like, oh, are you cold? And she said, no, I just, kind of having anxiety right now. So, let me grab that word. And now, here we are, a few videos later. And now she's saying she's battling anxiety. She's a copy and paste ass hoe. She will copy what you say, okay? She will copy what she heard and try to paste and apply that shit the best way that she know how. Okay, it don't work, ho. Okay, sometimes that Elmer's glue ain't good enough. You need that gorilla shit. Amen. All right, she's talking about she had a meeting with this lady, okay, and she's saying that you can't judge a person by what they show on social media. When you open your life that big and that bright on social media, you are going to receive thoughts and opinions of what others think, view, however the case may be, of your lifestyle, of your video, however. Okay, you know, like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they be saying like, oh, you mean, and oh, you a bully. But at the end of the day, I don't have to keep expressing to say like, I am not that. Okay, if that's how you receive me, then hey, so be it and so have it. But then when you look, okay, at all my other supporters and subscribers and the things that they view and actually see and why they are here, then evidently, okay, it tells and explains everything, right? Okay, so I'm just saying that. But for her on the other end, jumping from TikTok, jumping from Instagram, okay, jumping over here to YouTube, all you have been showing since you have been on here is mess, okay? All you have been showing of you being on here is neglect, okay? Neglect, how you abuse, mistreat your kids, deprive them, starving, okay? Starving them. I took that from the live too, because this hoe said, oh, they hungry today. Oh, y'all hungry today. Y'all gonna eat. Y'all not gonna throw that away. You hungry, okay? So also knowing that your kids is starving because it's deeper than just being hungry, okay? As I said in my video, it's a difference. It's starving and it's hungry. I can say right now, like, ooh, I'm hungry. I'm not starving. I'm just hungry. It's time for me to eat. I want something. We have been watching it. We have been watching how you don't provide for your kids. I'm going to just sum it up and say it just like that. We have enough ammunition, okay, to go against you. We have enough ammunition, okay, to call you out. We have enough ammunition to actually speak our thoughts of all the things that you display, because guess what? It never changed. Guess what? It don't do nothing but get greater, right? So then there's where you say, having a platform, okay, as you would call it, in content creator, however the case might be, when you build up and you display a lot of nonsense and shenanigans, people have enough to go against you. People have enough to talk about. That's why I said if I want to write my own book right now about everything that you have displayed in the YouTube streets, it's more than enough. It's more than enough that I shouldn't even have. But this is what you displayed of saying real and raw. Displaying the video where it was titled, okay, let me go back to the title. Frustrated, quick, easy meal, white rice, over ground beef, okay, and I think the beans was in there too, but I didn't catch it. The way you was going back and forth with your kids and having that conversation and being frustrated with them because you don't have enough food, because you put yourself within this situation, and now you are going off and putting all the pressure upon them because they want to eat, because they want more, and somewhere in there you don't have enough, okay? You making 2 big cans when you should be making 3 or 4 big cans. You know why? Because you have a big household. Not only that, it should be more than enough left over, okay, for the next day. Maybe it'll, allow me to rest a little bit because it's already prepared. But everything that you give with the kids is never a fucking enough. But when we look on your end and the things that you are providing for Shanika Grant, it's always more than enough. Okay? It's always a cheeseburger, a fry, a frosty, and 2 fucking drinks. Okay? So, saying that people don't know, people do know. You done showed too much. You done said too much. You done came back and tried to clear it up with a video. You tried to take a little bit out and use it in the title, and now I'm trying to push it out here. Then you say guilt. Okay? Guilt is presented in a lot of ways. Okay? Because then it's where you say, people calling me a bully, and I mean, I come with a title and saying, not a bully, I'm this. And then I'll try to present that I am just, no, that ain't me. Okay? However you receive me, that's you. But I'm not going to come on with a video to try to, now, let me show them that I'm nice. Fuck that. I ain't doing that. Okay? So, but this is what you have with her here. And this is another video that somewhere in there, her bringing up reactors, okay? Talking about people are going to react, or people reacting on old videos. They keep allowing the old things to surface. They keep allowing the things to surface that allowed me to go viral on TikTok. But if you look at me now, of me saying me being famous and me going viral, my life hasn't changed. My situation hasn't changed. The situation for my children has not changed. I have not leveled. It has not gotten better. Being viral has done nothing for me and my foundation, period. Okay, so then that's where I say I wouldn't even utter the words because it didn't do shit for you. What did it do? It gave you some higher numbers, but the higher numbers didn't bring you the bag. It didn't bring you change. It didn't do anything. Okay, so then that's where you say worthless, okay, and then not beneficial, okay, I would say. But then she continued, as I said, bringing reactors in this. Now saying that the reactors can basically do what we are doing. Okay. Take her clips, insert her clips, basically as a receipt of the things that we are saying for everybody to allow it to come together and say, oh, okay, this is her problem. She has reactors going against her. She have the ones that react on her on TikTok, okay, saying different things. She have it over her on YouTube. It bothers her because it points too much out. It shows too much. It allows too much to surface to the top, and she don't want that shit to surface to the top. If the shit just float, allow it to float. But every time they say something and they present it opens up more. It allows people to really dissect me even more. Then that's where you say, bitch, it's cause and effect of the actions, okay, of the actions that you give. And the only reason I talk is because there's kids in here that you give no fuck about, and that DSS have to step in to make sure somewhere in there you start or try to have a fuck about them. But then we say, even though DSS in her, you still don't have a fuck about them. And even though the reactor will come on, okay, and dissect your breathing ass in every way possible, then you come back and guess what? I try to fake like I give a fuck about them, but then we able to still look through there and say, guess what? You still don't give a fuck about them. So having the conversations is pointless. You know? Social media, big audience all around the world, everywhere. People gonna see you for who you are, okay? It don't matter what you try to paint yourself to be. They gonna see you for who you are. They gonna see you as, look at my Halloween t-shirt, guys, but you forgot about the kids. They gonna look at you if you running over to TikTok talking about a pizza, but then I'm gonna come back to YouTube because I'm ready to crash out. I'm so upset. But then I take that and then I blame it on the kid, or I allow the kid to feel the pressure like they are the problem. And in reality, they're not the problem. The problem and the root to everything is your dusty ass, okay? Why report it, okay? At the end of the day, you want to be viral again. You want to have the viral moment. Why would you report a reactor that has no idea, okay? No idea of what they talking about, okay? No idea of what they are displaying. Why would you report it? You say what the reactors do is helping you, right? Why would you report it? You're right. It's a waste of time in reporting because, yes, we are able to do what we do. Nobody's taking your whole video and saying, hurrah, ha, ha, ha. No. We're talking about the damage that you are causing your kids, that you are bringing, okay, to your kids. This is what we talk about.
Or you call Leah B by the soda. It's like the same thing goes on in the world. Society is crazy because people just sit there and go like, you know, on and on and on about the same thing that Shanika Grant has done that's supposed to be in the past and not bring up now. And I'm tired of hearing it. There's no abuse in the home. There's hot water. There's food. They got clothes on their back, shoes on their feet. I mean, they got everything they ever want. Even with the government being shut down, I'm still managing to make sure there's food in the house. I'm making sure that they eat every day. I'm making sure they go to school. I'm making sure everything goes the way it's supposed to go as a mother.
There is not hot water, okay? If it is hot water, guess what? You're not using it. Not only that, you don't have food right now. You just said it. You just said it in your live, like, we don't have no food. We like starving dogs. You said that. So since you uttered that, you take that and you throw it out here and you say at the end of the day, how can you provide for your children in any way possible, okay? Any way possible. You can't. If the government ain't doing it, if your bookies ain't doing it, you surely can't fucking do it. All you can do is actually throw them a crumb. And when they want more than a crumb, you can't give it. And not only can't you give it, you get mad about it like you shouldn't have to fucking give it. Okay? Now, talking about hey-ho, okay, and he is not in a life. But I want to know, how do you co-parent with somebody that's not in a life? Okay, how do he actually have a bond with his kids if he is not in their life? So now I'm confused, because then that's where I say, is he there or is he absent? Okay, is he in their life and he fucking active, or is he not in their life and he inactive? By me viewing on the outside of all the things that y'all go through, of hitting all these brick walls, and then he never shows up for his children at all, he allows me to know that he is a fucking deadbeat, as I said, and he is inactive, and he don't give no fucks about the kids, just like you, ho. And guess what? You are in their life. And I continue to say it's two of a kind, okay? When things don't work her way, he's inactive. He's not in her life. When she feel like, you know what I'm saying, it might be, oh, me and Hayward, we co-parent. Hayward does help out when he can. Well, you run to the internet before you actually run to him, but then you'll say that you had Leah call him and, oh, he at work and this and that. It don't matter. He can answer the phone, but if he ain't helping to provide, or better yet, being that father or that man as he should, and pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I know y'all receive food stamp. My kids good over there. Do y'all need anything? He don't give no fucks. It's all about force. But you came on and you tried to clean him up. You tried to butter it up. But now listen to me vent, because you know what? It's a shutdown. Not only is it a shutdown, I don't have no help. Not only I don't have no help, I'm going to be coming, okay, to the people, because I'm going to ask for something. Cash out me something. So, see how she play it, and she do this shit all the time. Okay, then that's why I say the same old fucking song. Okay, same. When I'm the center of attention, okay, when I am the center of attention, of the wrong attention, the attention that I do not like, people go on and on and on and on and on and on about the same thing. No, bitch, you got to. You got to keep saying the same thing over and over again. You got to. You know why? Because some people go to sleep on it. Some people don't remember it. Some people forget about it. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? The situation with the cake with Eli. Not only did Eli not get a cake last year, he didn't get one this year. Not only that, let's talk about how you hop and skip over the kids and don't provide all the way. Not only that, let's talk about how you embarrass the kids. Not only that, let's talk about how you call your girls a bitch. Not only that, I mean, you could go on and on of everything that you have presented and that you have lied about, and it allows it to keep talking about it, continue to allow it to resurface in order to get some action behind it, okay? And that's why she continued to say on and on and on and on and on, because she want everything to go away, okay? That was way back then. Yeah, have you ever heard people saying how they pass? Okay, the past continues to hunt them. Okay, never leaves. It never go anywhere. Have you ever heard people say first impression? That's the only impression. Okay, so once you give me that first impression, that shit gonna stick with me for the long haul. I don't even care if you try to change it up. I'm still gonna remember that first fucking impression. So that's why they always say first impression, it matters, right? So, breeder, I mean, it ain't going nowhere, okay? Because if I ain't talking about it, somebody else going to be talking about it. Somebody else going to be going on and on about it. If they not going on and on about it, somebody on TikTok probably going to go on and on about it. So, it's here, okay? It ain't going nowhere. There's a lot of abuse in the home. When you're depriving the kids, okay, and you're not allowing them to be free within their mental, okay, free within their emotions, okay. And I say that because at the end of the day, if the food is actually good, or I didn't get breakfast today, or I didn't get a snack and I want more food, okay, and I done had 2 plates already, but I still haven't met to say, okay, I'm good, I'm full, I don't want no more, and I want more, and when I do this, okay, or I ask, I mean, she jumped down my throat. She fussed. She this. I mean, that's abuse. Okay. Abuse in a lot of ways. When you deprive them of using hot water, when you deprive them of having the things that they need, that's a form of fucking abuse. When you talk to them crazy mentally, that's a form of abuse as well. You understand? When you tear down their character, when you start off being their first and biggest bully, I mean, when it starts that you are tormenting your own children, that is abuse as well. Okay, you can go on down the line of what abuse is. Abuse don't have to be, well, it's physically. It don't have to be. It could be verbally, mentally, emotionally, and this is everything that the kids go through and deal with. Okay, you're not that mother of where you fucking care. Okay, you're not that mother of caring about what your kids look like, smell like, how they present themselves, and the things that they actually have. You are not her. You are not she. Okay, that is just not who you are. I was going to say, you are not me. Okay, you put no consideration into it. But being an overgrown adult, you so worried about being validated, okay, and being considered to others as being, oh, I'm this good mother and job is never done. But sorry to say, oh, we don't see you that way. We know who Shanika Grant is, okay, and what she present and how she gonna present it. We know a shutdown is approaching, and guess what? We already know the hoe ain't prepared. Not only not is she prepared, but she finna try to jump into everybody's pockets, because one thing that this hoe don't do is put my kids first. Take care of my kids as I should. Instead, I will take from them. Instead, I will hide from them. Instead, I will sneak off to make sure I can have more than enough and not have to spend or splurge anything on them. And then it leaves them at the end of the day of me coming on live saying, yeah, I know y'all hungry. Yeah, I know y'all starving. Bitch, how can you move your mouth and say and utter the things that you are uttering out here for everybody? Okay, it don't look bad upon the kids as that's how you want it to look. The shit looks bad upon you, okay? Upon you. Oh, y'all starving today. Then it allows everybody to know, oh, you're not doing your due diligence. And then with you not doing your due diligence, you have a reactor come on the scene, because somebody actually have to speak up for the kids. Somebody actually have to speak up for Isaiah to say at the end of the day, you didn't have to crash out on him like that, because he did absolutely not a nothing. That shit wasn't about him. It wasn't about him. You know it's your favorite. You done ate it before. It wasn't about that. The whole thing that it was about was, y'all didn't do what I asked you to do. You want your supporters to be forever dumb? You want your supporters to be forever stupid? But you put no consideration, and the shutdown ain't only affecting you, but you said it wouldn't affect you, but it's affecting a lot of more. It's affecting some of my supporters. It may be affecting some of my supporters. I mean, the only one with common sense will actually understand, I guess.
You know, because their father is not here. He's not in their life. He's not here. He's not in their life at all. So I feel like when a living situation happens and you get on the net and you talk about your situation with people on how you feel about life itself, you should never be judged by that.
Hayward is not here. Hayward is not in their life at all. Damn, first time I heard you just finally fucking own up, I would say. You didn't have to tell us that, because we already know he's not in their life at all. And that's why you stay bitter. You stay bitter talking about, him and his precious little life. Well, oh, you still got to do the job. You still got to play your role. You still got to take care of the kids. You still got to make sure their stomach is full. You still got to keep the ball rolling even when the government dropped the shit on you. You still got to do it. Even when the daddy said, I ain't co-parenting no more. Fuck you and the children. You still got to do it. But all you do is come back and you contradict yourself on the shit that you said. And then that allows us to even know even more. Yep, she a liar. She lied for the moment, but now she can't lie at this moment. So now she won't say something different. Bitch, just speak the truth. Oh, you real and you raw. Just speak the truth. Just serve the truth as it is. Okay? Serve it as it is to say, I can't handle these kids. Never could I handle them. Okay? Never could I do it. Yeah, I'm using them just like I use my supporters. That's what I do.
I wanted a big family. I wanted 10 kids. I got my kids and I'm blessed to have them. All I'm trying to do is teach them the right way of life and the way to live. And with them being taken out of my care twice, I keep saying this on my videos because it irritates me to know that I am the mother that I was before the kids were taken out of the house. I was a strict parent. I have eased up off these kids a lot because of the DSS cases that we have had in our past and in our future. I have eased up off my kids. I have not been disciplining them the way I'm supposed to because of the fact every time that I try to discipline them, I feel like I'm wrong because I shouldn't whip them. I shouldn't yell at them. I shouldn't do this or I shouldn't do that because CPS is involved. That's not the way of life.
So she say before the kids was taken out of her home twice, she was a very strict parent. Okay. Now she don't touch her kids. She don't do nothing, basically because CPS is in her life. CPS is in your life and you scared of the what's next. Okay. You scared of if I do what's next. Okay. Telling yourself. So if they wasn't in your life, you'll be putting your hands on them, right? You'll be whooping them. You'll be, you know what I'm saying, putting your hands on Leah like you did in that video when she dropped Lena, okay? When you try to make your young kids responsible for the infants or the toddlers and they not even good and responsible for themselves yet, when you try to put them in a parent's role and I'm just now becoming a teenager, but I got to take on the role of being responsible for my younger siblings because at the end of the day, if I don't put forth the effort to actually do it, my breeder not going to do it. My breeder not going to get up and help Si. My breeder not going to make sure she tastes the food and that she eat the food. So these are the situations that you put them in. So when you put your hands on Leah, okay, because she dropped Lena, these are the situations that you put your kids in. And she was trying to handle a situation that you had put her in of trying to handle an infant, okay? And that same thing is what she trying to do now, okay? It's handle Si when you right here sitting on the couch, ain't doing shit. Ain't coming to the rescue. Ain't making sure that you allowing it to fucking happen. Making sure that she eat. Because if she don't eat, guess what? She's still going to be hungry. And then the hunger, okay, I'm only be hungry for so long until it switch over and now I'm starving. So then when I receive my next plate of food of whenever we actually do eat, y'all already know, right? So your actions is of the things that you do is just being paranoid of CPS. Because if CPS take the kids out, benefits is gone. Okay? All other help is gone. So it's almost like being a fake character. Okay? Because in this word it says CPS in my life or not. If I normally whoop my kids, but I'm not causing harm, whooping is normal. And I would even go, y'all remember on my other channel when I was talking about my baby, okay, when he went with his dad and his dad hit his head on the wall, okay, and I took that shit and I reported it, okay, and I made a report and you had the officer say, it's okay to whoop your kids, but it's how, okay, it's to a certain extent. So, why are you paranoid, okay, because it's okay to do long as you are not beating and abusing, okay. If you're just, But the way that you go off and you crash out on your kids, I be scared. I be scared for them. Okay, I be scared for them to have to get a whooping by the breeder. Okay, because yeah, you don't know where her mental is at the time. Okay, because what she give and do is IHATE, my kids. I bring it back. CPS is not allowing you to be, as you want to say, the parent that you should be. Because beforehand you were strict. Why would you be so strict on them and they were so fucking young? Okay, they were so young. Why would you be so strict? You saying before CPS took your kids out, you were so strict, but the videos that reoccur, okay, with you and Naya, some of the things that you would say and the things that you would do, but you were strict, make that make sense. Make it make sense. So CPS has came in and they have put a halt and a stop to how you discipline your kids, okay? You can't discipline, and I'm scared to discipline my kids. My kids, I only get one thing out of that, okay? The whole trying to play tic-tac-toe. And it ain't looking good for y'all. So she wants to give y'all a story time because, as she said, y'all like story time, okay? She also said people want the kids taken out of the home, but when they are put in the system or going to foster care, they're not treated right. But then you say, what do you have to say when the kids is in the home and they are under the parent and the parent is just treating them like y'all already know, right? So now she is saying it was one day that Aisha called her, okay, to complain about the foster people, the foster parents, okay, would not feed him. So basically what the lady did was took the food off of her plate and scraped it onto his plate, okay, and the breeder told him not to eat that, y'all will be home soon. But what I can recall is her saying, okay, y'all remember in that video where she was explaining, Leah was taking down on her. If I could find a clip, I'm going to add it in. Talking about them being in foster care and basically how they took the TVs. They couldn't watch the TVs and wouldn't feed them. Leah couldn't recall. She didn't remember. Okay. So I'm just wondering, did Aisha, was he eating or they would not feed him or they was taking food off of their plate and putting it for him to eat? I don't know. Okay. I continue to listen to the story of the CPS and things that took place in foster care with Aisha, place in foster care with Kira. She continued to try to blame the actions of how her kids act and the things that they have been through and seen. She tried to blame everything on everything else, but nothing from Shanika Grant, Miss Nika, okay, Miss Independent Nika. She never say, well, yep, I wasn't my best self. Nothing, okay? And I find a lot wrong with that. You are the reason why your kids was in foster care. So anything that they went through while being in foster care, it stems back to you because you are the cause of that. If you was handling your job and doing the things correctly, okay, and not displaying the things that you was actually displaying on TikTok, nobody have no ammunition to go against you. You know why? Because I ain't doing shit wrong, and I'm not out here trying to catch a coin, okay, off the neglect, okay, of my children, okay, or how I display them or what I'm actually displaying. Got no ammunition, okay? You can't load the gun, okay? You can't do it. But never do you hear her say, yes, I was a bad parent, or, you know, I'm still learning, okay? I'm learning to get it right. It's so many of us, okay? I'm just saying. It's so many of us where you can say, maybe I was this way, but I had to work on self, or I acknowledge the things that my kids didn't like, or something that was hurtful to them, but to me it's absolutely nothing. But you got to take accountability somewhere, breeder. You can't blame it on DSS, CPS, TikTok, reactors. I mean, stop pointing the fucking finger. foster, quit pointing the finger. Because if you was doing the best that you could and everything that you could, your kids didn't have to go through anything if they actually went through the things that you say that they went through in foster care. Okay? They wouldn't have had to go through it. They wouldn't have had to battle it. They wouldn't have to still be traumatized by this day. Being the kids of yours or even having to go into group foster homes or whatever the fuck you call it. Okay? Just saying. So when you roll out to say, my kids, I want to treat them better and give them better than what I went through, that's a lie. That is a lie. People have to talk about you each and every day just for you to clean them up so they can get haircuts. We have to talk about you each and every fucking day for you to clean them up to say, oh, okay, they look like a new outfit. Oh, okay. We have to talk about you every day, okay, just for you to take Kaya her down. Okay, just for you to try to introduce something new to them. Okay, this is what we have to do. It's crazy work, I would say. But this side that you actually want to give, no, it ain't receiving, ho. It ain't receiving.
I shouldn't whip them. I shouldn't yell at them. I shouldn't do this. Or I shouldn't do that because CPS is involved. That's not the way of life. Child Protective Service is to protect children that are being abused, physical neglect, whatever, mental neglect or whatever. But that's not Shanika's Grant case here, known as Miss AKA Miss Nika. That's not my case here with my children. My children, it's just the point of dang on what they have seen when they was out there, when they got taken into care with their father, and be there and say, okay, you know, everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. I got a phone call one time from my HJ when he was in foster care. This is how I know the system failed kids too, and how they don't treat these kids the way they're supposed to treat them, but they want to take them out of the parents' care that are being abused and put them in foster care. Hush, hush. You can't be quiet for nothing, can you? Y'all in the house yelling, excuse me, y'all. Y'all in the house yelling, y'all in the car yelling. Be quiet. Anyways, make a long story short. The system is not what people think it is. They think the system is more better than them being in the home with the parent. And I think that's the wrong thing to do when it's time for these kids to be removed out of the care, out of anybody's care. So I'll knock me off a little bit on what the rest I wanted to say. But anyways, H.J. called me on the phone. Story time, because y'all love when I do story time. H.J. called me on the phone when he was in foster care. He said, Mama, lady won't give me no more food. I'm hungry. I want some food. The lady, Naya and Leah done witnessed that the lady took the food off her plate that she was eating out of and put it on his plate. And I said, don't eat that. I said, don't worry about it. Y'all will be home soon.
So, the second time your kids got taken out of your care, it was due to all the lies and false allegations that you continue to say. But the first time they got taken out your care, it's your fault, right? But I ain't never heard you say it was my fault. I was the reason why. I ain't never heard you say it. See, that's what I actually want to hear. Take accountability for something. Because see, you pouring everything else on the second, okay, when they got removed, that it was social media. But the first time they got removed, wait for it. It had nothing to do with social media, because you would have said social media and with them removed the first time. So why they get removed the first time, breeder? Okay. And why is they always in jeopardy of getting removed again and again and again and again and again and again? Okay. Why? But you're doing everything you can. You're not providing for them. Not as you should. That ain't doing what you can.
This is how I know the system failed kids too, and how they don't treat these kids the way they're supposed to treat them, but they want to take them out of the parents' care.
So did y'all hear her say, this is how she know that the system fails kids too? The system fails kids too? Oh, so you are aware that you are failing your kids, but the system also fails the kids too. Make it clear. Okay. Catch her words. Catch what she utters. She's aware that she fails her kids. She knows that. Okay. She knows she has a fucking track record. Okay. She knows she has a background. But I have to include the system fails them too.
When I got them kids back the first time, into my care, I managed to keep them in my care. The second time my kids got taken out of my care was due to false allegations on the internet from the Reddit app. And that's what the caseworker said she came out there for, false allegations. They didn't have no court order or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And the caseworker was just so rude at the time. The investigator, she was very rude at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't add up to me. All the stuff that I've been through with my kids, been taking my care, the first time didn't add up to me, and the second time didn't add up to me, because I'm not understanding why. And that's still in my records. You know what I'm saying? That's going to always be there as, you know, the kids were taken out of my care. But I would refuse to let anybody step into my life and take my kids again, because I'm not going to let it happen. But I will do whatever I can to keep them in my care. If that's going to parenting classes, that's doing, you know, something with them with the state or whatever I gotta do it. But if the state offered to pay for anything for these children, why would you indicate a case on anything if y'all are providing for these children? I thought DSS was supposed to provide for them. If a DSS worker asks you, do you want anything or do you need anything for your children? My suggestion would say no, because all they're going to do is indicate a case and say, you know, well, we provide this, we provide that, da da da, blah blah blah. And I'm not with all of that. I'm not with all of that.
So she says she'll do anything to keep her kids in the care, okay? And it'll forever, okay, be in her records, okay, as I said on her background, that her kids was taken out of her care, okay? She said twice, and she didn't understand why the first time and didn't understand why the second time. She don't understand shit, right? And she's saying since CPS is in her life, okay, and they are actually providing and helping her, why are they indicating, okay, within her having a case when they are helping her? Everything that DSS has been doing for her ongoing, okay, providing, even though saying, hey, do you need this? Hey, do you need that? DSS is also aware that she's unstable and unable, okay, to take care of these kids. So yes, okay, we have to put this in here. Okay, we provide this, we do this. She's not able to do it. So what she's saying is, I'll do anything. I'll go to parenting classes. I'll do this or do that. It ain't working for you. Okay, you got to be willing. You got to be willing, okay, to want different, and you don't. You continue to do the same damn thing. So, as I said, your kids is always up in the air. Even though you have DSS saying, hey, do you need this? Let us help you. Because then you say, they receive a lot of phone calls in on you. Hey, these kids sleeping on the floor. Ooh, these kids, this, that. Okay, all that shit get applied to you. Not only do it get applied to you, but then you say, well, we had to provide her this. We had to give her this. We have to give her this. Where are you within the situation of giving and helping your kids? Or were you saying that you thought, you know, DSS, this is what they supposed to do, provide and help? But how fucking long do they have to do it? Okay, you're not showing them nothing that you are actually giving on your own for your kids. So yeah, it's finally about to be a problem. Okay. So she feel like they can pour, okay? But don't go against me, okay? Why are y'all trying to go against me when y'all offer and y'all... It's always a catch on a lot of shit, okay? How many years does it take? Now you're talking about if you got to go to parenting class. I mean, shit, you should be doing them hoes. Not only parenting classes, hell, you need to take a course, okay? You need to go find the books if the books is out there, because you just don't have it. So, with CPS indicating, okay, a case or indicating, okay, anything, they basically have proof. They have proof, okay, that you are neglected. They have proved that you can't provide for your kids. They have investigated, okay? So, they know what it is. They know what it is. Why would they indicate a case? They have to investigate, no matter if they are giving a helping hand, okay? So, you saying, as long as they are providing and they helping, they shouldn't indicate a case. They shouldn't investigate. They shouldn't. But they know who you are and what you're giving. It's your track record. And that hoe's still growing. Open case right now going into 2026. Still open cases. So she's saying that she is basically, nobody know what she go through. I mean, on camera and off camera. What she deal with on camera is reactors, okay? People bringing up her past. Talking about she's not a good mother. Talking about how she deprived her kids. Talk about how she just abusing her kids, neglected. It goes on and on and on, right? It's a full checklist of Shanika Grant and the kids surviving Shanika Grant. Off camera, okay, she is battling Hayward, okay, he is absent, he is not in the picture, he's out of there. She is also battling CPS, okay, CPS being on her ass and saying, hey, okay, it looks like everything that they are saying, this is what you are given, okay, and after us helping and doing, this is what you are given. So then you say, it might all be coming to a head, because then it's where you say, if you don't start proving and showing yourself of I am not this, of the things that y'all have against me, okay, kids is up in the air. But she says she can't say a lot of things because of her being judged, and people don't know what goes on and take place within her home of seeing 100%. Don't have to. We don't have to see shit. We see enough. Sometimes we hear too much. We see too much, okay? You have to throw it up at the mouth on everything, saying everything, okay? So it's not people judging, it's just people knowing who Shanika Grant really is. Not this fake and fucking phony, fine, done, snip, not that. Okay? Not this, it's 2025, guys, and my kids. Not this fake character. Okay? We talk about real reality of the things that you actually present with your children. Okay? That's what we talk about, not this fake shit. You could be any kind of character you want to be all fucking day. But somehow, some way, you got to jump into the real reality seat, and people gonna see. You understand? I could jump into whoever I want to be. Somewhere, okay, I'm still gonna narrow down and jump back into the fucking me. Okay, that's what I was like. So anyways, y'all, she ain't gonna show y'all, okay, and put that camera in the middle because pretty sure Sai is not in a car seat. Okay? See, that's where you're going wrong there. Safety is everything. You could be driving, okay, and feel like you are driving your best. But the thing about driving is you got to drive for everybody. You can't even drive for yourself no more. You can't just drive and be like, oh, I'm going to look her, I'm going to look her, and I'm going to look her. You got to be looking all the way around like your head is spinning, okay, full circle, I would say. Because you don't know what the next person is actually giving or not paying attention, or however they feel like they got it, but they not using, okay, all their mirrors and everything that they should be, okay? And you got a 3-year-old probably not in the seat belt, laying in there too, and not in a car seat. See, we don't think about that when we are transporting these small kids, okay? So small. You think you got the wheel and you got it. It don't work like that all the time, okay? Because you don't know what the next is giving. You sitting here talking, trying to give everything in the camera to express, but we're not paying attention to look at this because it could be somebody that's coming full force behind me, and maybe I do need to get over. I would end it off and say, you need them cash apps, so I come on and I try to bear it all and say anything and da-da-da because I need them to come in. But if people are not aware, they will start being aware of who the breeder is, how she treats these kids. Y'all probably wonder, how do you continue to talk? Because it's a point. It's a purpose behind it, okay? Just like DSS. Y'all say, how can they stay in her life forever, but they not fucking moving? Allow them to build. Allow them to keep investigating. Because at some point, sometimes in rotation of people coming in, people going out, somebody new coming in, there's going to be somebody that's going to come in and they're not going to play with this breeder. Okay? They're not going to keep offering and giving help and you not giving not a fuck, not an inch, not a foot in, not a nothing. Okay? I would say on this. Anyways, y'all, that's it. That's all that I have for today's reaction video. If y'all like today's reaction video, let's throw those thumbs up. And if you have not, I do ask that you do subscribe. Not only that, y'all, I do ask that y'all share. The more you share is the more you curl. And I need to go over to TikTokers, okay? Not only that, let me say, don't forget to leave y'all thoughts and opinions down below. Allow me to know what y'all think about this whole sitcho, okay, with this breeding asshole. Not only that, thank y'all so much for hyping It's La videos up. I appreciate it. I appreciate my new subs. I appreciate my supporters that support It's La on all ends. You know what I'm saying? All ends. I appreciate it, okay? I appreciate all of y'all. Okay? What else should I say? Take that arm, you know what I'm saying? Pat yourself on the back, okay? Today might not be the best day for y'all, but at the end of the day, in somebody's eyes, know it or not, you are good and great. Amazing, I see. And also know, at the end of the day, whatever you are battling or dealing with, okay? Sometimes we have to put the armor on, okay? We have to get suited and booted because you never know what's next. You never know what you got to face. But one thing about it is you got to keep the mindset of I will not be defeated, okay? I will not be defeated and I will not be fucking depleted. You understand, okay? And this is what we have to give and do, especially, okay? When we have the young ones that's up under us, that look up to us for everything, okay? I'm going to show you I'm that real queen. I'm going to get to the bottom. I'm going to make it happen, okay? That's all I have to say on this day. Anyways, y'all, I see y'all on the wood. Do y'all know? On the next reaction video. Peace.